So just go over the trade that I took in the ES. Like in ES, I was super bullish in the morning and it's worked really well. My draw on this right, but the thing is, it's not worked as per my plan. Um, in other words, it's not worked exactly at the time where I expect to play. It played later in the afternoon, like around 2 o'clock. It's played. It stopped me out, and it's keep on going higher towards my draw on liquidity. So I gonna go over the trade today. So I was like, this was my draw on liquidity in the morning. To be honest, yeah, this was my draw on liquidity in the morning. I marked this out. So I believe this is going to be the draw on liquidity for the day since the market is super bullish and it's also flipped. So I like to see this liquidity to sweep in order to see some sort of selling. So I was super bullish. And I have this guy. Uh, go for any sort of sell. I should wait for what? Wait for this imbalance to flip, right? So if I need to go for any sort of short, I should wait for this imbalance, this H4 imbalance to flip. So I was super bullish and I identified this is just a first leg. This is the price just retrace towards this fair value gap just to refill this inefficiency. So we can clearly target this high. I was super bullish since from the morning. So I just marked out this fair value gap. After in 1 hour, we can plot the lines. So this is just a daily low, not a daily low, bro. Yeah, this is a daily low and draw on liquidity and just delete this. And this line is our weekly high plus daily high. And the thing is, the weekly high break plus get displaced. So once I see this big displacement, I expect the price to go higher. So I just marked out this fair value gap and this fair value gap. In H1, we have this liquidity and this fair value gap and this fair value gap in the premium. So if the fair value holding the price, we can expect higher prices towards this draw on liquidity. So my ultimate focus was this, and after sweeping this liquidity, we can look for some sort of buy, or else we can look for some sort of buy inside this range. And one more important confluence is here is this recently formed a bearish value gap flipped completely. It got ran through and it's leave this imbalance, so we can expect some higher price inside this range. So this was our plan in the morning. M15, same. I marked out this imbalance in M15. This is the clean fair value gap which we have in M15. And this is one more fair value which we have right here. So we have one more fair value gap in the discounted range, extremely discounted range in this market opening. This is a market opening price, right? Gap up, open, keep on going higher. So this is a fair value gap aligned with this liquidity, and I don't find any fair value gap here where I used to saw in 1 hour. Here, I didn't see anything in 15 minutes, but 15 minutes I do have this fair value gap with this liquidity. So I inside this range, I can go for bullish, and it also aligned with this breaker. So here I got manipulated heavily, but the price sweep this low one more time and filled this fair value gap clearly, and good rejection. Keep on going higher. This is a sweep, clear structure shift, clear fair value, clear displacement. So we can expect the higher prices at least to this side. So M5, um, this is where we are in the morning. Like this is the market open, quick flush to the downside, sweep this imbalance, like flip this fair value gap. Sorry, it took this sell side liquidity, enter this fair value. I like to see some sort of price action, but it didn't. It's kind of ran through, and then price also sweep this low and entered this fair value gap. So inside this range, I was super bullish. So here I start all those things. So what happened here is once the price cleared out this liquidity, cleared out this liquidity, entered this fair value gap, I was super bullish. I was very aggressive. Once I identified this imbalance that holding the price got ran through, I entered my very first position here. Very early, to be honest. Once the fair value getting tapped, once the liquidity sweep, once the fair value gap getting flipped, I entered my position, and it also leave this imbalance, right? And this also leave this imbalance, so I execute my position right here. Put the stop at this low, expecting some higher prices. Expect this fair value gap to fair value gap to ran through, and targeting what this high. That was my game plan. But what happened here? I get stopped up. That fair value gap that expected what got ran through. Sorry, not worked. The worst thing which I did here is I'm not holding the position until it stopped me out. I just moved my stop loss to here. Once it get flipped, I don't have any confidence. I just moved my stop loss to this point and get stopped out with very minimum loss. It was not advisable. It was the worst mistake I can ever do. Never touch the stop. I touched the stop today. I touched it. I moved my stop to here and it stopped me out right here. And second entry, once it sweep this low, I was like, so okay, first leg swept, second shift, I execute my position here and failed to hold, closed, manually closed my position right here. And once it sweep this low, once it gives the structure shift here, repeat structure shift, I execute my position right here. Once I get this imbalance, I execute my position here. Put the stop on this low, again stopped out. So it would be second entry and third entry. And once I identified it is also getting swept, so it's leave this imbalance. Once it gets flipped, I exit my last position. 1, 2, 3, 4 entry got failed. Then I closed the laptop, just walked away from the morning. My probability was higher, I knew that, but I don't know why it's not worked. It's kind of huge accumulation. I too much zoomed in, keep on executing position in 1 minute, having some bias like when the get flipped, I entered. Once the second leg, I entered, and one more time it gets swept. It's continuously getting protected, and again it gets flipped. Nothing worked. Everything seems good, but nothing worked. The reason behind that is I can explain it in my M5. What happened here is here is a market open, price come and sweep all the liquidity, this liquidity, then rebalance to this inefficiency. Once the price rebalance to this inefficiency, what happens? It's engineering the liquidity here, 1, 2, 3. It's keep on engineering the liquidity here. Once it reaches the fair value gap, once it sweep the sell side, sorry, buy side, it flip the imbalance, start to sell off all the way to downside towards this low. Once this low has been swept, then we get the real structure shift, real displacement, everything. So everything we got in this quadrant, like here we have the M5, M15 fair value, not M5, M15 fair value gap. It's kind of sweep. It's kind of I don't think it's just a news candle, right? It's sweep the liquidity and again it's print the low. Now it's flip all the fair value gaps, give the structure shift. So here we can execute the position once we get the sweep. Once we get the structure shift inside this range, we can execute the position expecting some higher prices. And it's working really well so far. So exactly what happened here, it's 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock session. My entry here, I anticipate the move to this point and final vulnerability is here. But it's worked not where expected, but it's just stopped me out and just stopped me out. All those manipulation, like it's just because to fill this fair value gap. It's kind of going up. There is no displacement. There is no clear picture, bro. There is no clear price action. It's kind of keep on going up. Tap this liquidity. Tap this imbalance. If you're super bullish, we need to see this fair getting flipped, right? It's not a get flipped, not a get filled or flipped. Until this point, it just keep on engineer the liquidity. Here it's engineer the liquidity. Once it gets swept, it's ran through all the liquidity, then it's moving higher. Our direction is right, but the timing is not right. That's the problem. And we can identify data in M 1 hour. So 1 hour, what we can expect? Some sort of low broke, and this is a fair value gap, and this is extremely premium fair value gap. After this accumulation, there is a displacement fair value gap. What happened? The fair value getting tapped, failed to close out this high. So first high getting protected. What happened now? Structure shift, and this fair value gap getting flipped. Then what happened? It rebalanced to this breaker, to this fair value gap, close out this low. This is what happened in 1 hour. This is the reason why whatever we are doing is not working, because price just rebalanced to this point. And once the real sweep happen, once the price tap, will this pure inversion, and this fair value gap, it start to expand higher, start to move towards our direction. So the recently found fair value gap here it got flipped. Since it get flipped, it acted as inverse, pushing lower one more time, and it acted as a breaker. We can clearly see, right? So it's not a pure clean market maker sell model. If it sweep this, it would be great. Even though if it sweep, we can expect the price to reach this area. We should close some positions, right? So according to that perspective, it's a break, it's a structure shift, it's a flip, it's acting as inverse, breaker getting tapped, pushing lower one more time. Once this low getting swept, then it gives a real. That's what happened. That's the reason why whatever I'm doing is not working. It's kind of rebalancing to the recently flipped family. Yeah, that's it. So this is what we did in the yes. So now we move on to forex. So forex. So the recent high has been taken, and the fair value gap in weekly clean clearly is getting expected. Good push to the upside. So expecting higher prices at least to this inefficient at least to this inefficiency. So I was super bullish in the morning, bro. Once I see this fair value, I was like, once I see this price action, I was like super bullish. It's a pure bullish candle, so we can expect some higher prices. And it's a clean liquidity, so we can expect price to reach this point, at least this high. So I was super confident with that. So I marked this high, and I expect the price to come to this point. So what happened in daily time frame? In daily time frame, when I was in the morning, price price not in daily time frame. It's not clear, right? In daily time frame, this is a Friday high, Friday low. I marked out the Friday high and low, and just move on to lower time frame. In lower time frame, there's a current swing, and it's kind of coming lower. And this is the fair value. But this is not the fair value, to be honest. But this is the candle which we have. This is the previous day low, right? Previous day low aligned with this inefficiency. It's in 4 hours we don't find any inefficiency, but in H1 we do have a clean inefficiency. It's a clean inefficiency, right? The good swing to the upside. It might be the equilibrium point if I'm not wrong. And price keep on coming lower. And this is the previous day low, and the previous day high, weekly high. This is this fellow is the London high, previous day high, and I guess this gonna be our weekly high. So I marked out all those things, and I was like, so I just put set some alerts, like if price come to my point of interest, I can look for some sort of entry model. So I marked out the daily low. Since the price keep on coming lower, I just like to see some sort of reaction after it sweeps the daily low, and it also aligned with this liquidity with this level gap. So in M15, it's even done clear. You can clearly see, as you can clearly see, what this is the low resistance liquidity run, and this is just a 3 o'clock. I don't know. It's just a market opening. I don't know what is it. It seems like in 1 hour. It seems like a panic sellers. I don't know exactly. It seems like a clean panic sellers. It's not a solid fair value gap. It keep on coming lower, and we do have a clean fair value gap aligned with this liquidity, and price keep on coming lower. Cleared out the previous day low. Sweep this liquidity, enter this fair value gap. After that, we get the clean market maker buy model. And one more important thing here is one more time. So one more important thing here is, so as you can clearly see, Asian range high taken, Asian range low taken, London range low taken. So we can clearly target the London high. That's what happened after sweeping this low. London low has been taken, previous day has been taken. After entering this low, also getting swept. After entering this level, it's kind of big displacement. Flip this recently found fair value gap, structure shift, fair value getting hold, keep on going higher towards the London high, and it's also keep on going towards our previous day high. almost almost to the previous day high, right? So in M5, previous day low sweep. Once it gets sweep, once I can explain that in 1 minute. Once it gets swept, it gives some reaction. And this is the first leg, right? And swept one more time, more reaction. Swept one more time. This is the time where we clearly sweep this liquidity, right? Clearly sweep this liquidity. So previous day low has been taken, liquidity has been taken. Then what? Big displacement to the upside, structure shift, structure. This is the clean structure shift, right? This is the structure shift. The reason why this is the structure shift, this is where the parallel gap getting filled and pull the price down towards downside. So this is the clean structure shift, and this leaves this imbalance and this imbalance getting tapped and keep on going higher towards the London high. And in M1, so I was not super clear in the morning. To be honest, I was like a bit confused. Even though the market is dumb clear, I'm not entering. I'm not move my time frame to 5 minutes or 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I'm just in 1 minute, and I just closed the price very early. I'm not even hold my position right at least to this point. This is the TP1. If I project my low last manipulation to before structure shift, I should hold my position right here, but I didn't. I closed my positions here and I closed my positions here. I was not holding any position since the Thursday and Friday was not good. I lost a lot of my capital, so like 2 to 3% I lost. So that's the reason why even though I received a good lots here, even though it's a very good model, even though I can expect the price to reach this high, I didn't. I closed my position very early, very quickly with very minimal profits. Like not very minimal, it's kind of 2% up, 1.52% up. It's kind of okay, but according to my model, I shouldn't close. I should wait for the price. This is a TP1, TP2, and this is a TP3. So what I'm did in the morning, once the yesterday low, previous day low taken, once it flipped this fair value gap, I execute my first position and I expect the price to keep on going higher. As per my wish, it's keep on going higher as per my wish. It's like flip, displays, it's leave this imbalance. Once it get flipped, I was not confident. I closed my position due to fear. Here the same thing. I exit my position here, put the stop at the low. Once I identify this value, I will not hold. I close my positions, and this is the very early entry, very early entry. And you can, as you can clearly see, the price only sweep this liquidity, and this liquidity hasn't been taken. The price not even entering the fair value gaps. So that was the stupid entry in the morning. Impulsive, not impulsive, like a very early entry, too early. So it gets stopped out. And after sweeping this low, it's kind of give one more displacement, structure shift, and it's leave this imbalance. So I was like inside this imbalance, I can look for some sort of continuation, so I can execute my position here. I was super tempted here. I was super tempted. Sweep like it's like clear the first leg, do the structure shift, and it's clean structure shift with displacement. So why should I wait? I can enter, right? But you can clearly see, right? You can clearly see the thing. It just engineer the liquidity. You can go to the history. It's just what happened here. It just, yeah. So you can clearly see here. What happened here? It's not a sweep, bro. It's just a manipulation leg. Yeah, it's clear the first leg, but it's just a manipulation leg. There is no sweep, there is no fair value gap getting tapped. Just a manipulation leg to the upside. Instantly it get flipped. The moment I thinking shall I enter or not, that time it's get flipped and sweep the low one more time. Now it get give the real displacement, flip the fair value gap. So now liquidity sweep, enter the fair value gap, and it's kind of big displacement. After entering this level, it's kind of big displacement that flip the fair value gap. So I entered my very first position here, and it's kind of not only flip this, every fair value getting closed above. So I executed my positions right here. So every one of my positions was here, and I put my stop at this low. I was super confident with this entry, and it's kind of minute accumulation, clean structure shift with big displacement. Again, beautiful displacement candles, and this candle, and after getting this thing, I set my limit order here, here and here. Sorry, I set my limit order here, So our first entry was here and our second entry was here. So once it's sweep, once I identify this big displacement and fair value gap getting flipped, I enter my position to the stop at the low. I'm not even wait for the structure shift. Once I get the structure shift with this big displacement, I set my limit order here, put the stop at this low, wait to see some displacement. Once the price keep on going higher, I close my positions here and here. I'm not even wait for the price to clear out this high. I just close my positions here and here. I will close my positions here and here. Very early, I should have closed the position. If I move on to 5 minutes or 15 minutes, it's dumb clear. I should have hold my position at least to this high, at least to this high, and the TP2 should be the London high. It's not happened too early. I should have wait for at least night 8 o'clock, at least 6 o'clock. And before that, what kind of things happen after speed this internal big displacement to the downside, come to the fair value gap, which formed in higher time frame M15 and M5, then keep on going higher, then a huge dump, then I need to face this drawdown, face this drawdown, this drawdown, then only it's keep on going higher. So I have to get comfortable holding my positions during pullback because this kind of pullbacks made me to do something so stupid. So what I can do here, I can take my profits. I can take my profits here, and I can set my entry to break even. I expect the price to move as per my higher time frame on liquidity, higher time frame target projection. So that would be the finest and finest thing I can do. In this case, I'm not moved my time frame to 5 minutes and 15 minutes since I was not that clear from the morning. I had some issues going on, like I had some assignments, so I was keep on thinking like keep on thinking um thinking the assignments and one more thing. In my first loss already I lost two days. The Thursday and Friday I was in a bad losing streak, and my first entry also failed. So I was like a bit uncomfortable holding my winners. Just close it. I was like, just close it. You are up 2% to 1 or 2%. Doesn't matter. Just close it. We can come tomorrow and do something good. Just close it for today in profits in green. So in order to make the day green, so I just closed my positions very early. Not even check the fire time frame. I just closed purely based on PNL, not based on my entries, not based on my model, purely based on the PNL, the numbers. So you can really see like clean flip. After when it gets started, it's just a after sweep, it's just a reaction. We don't need to enter here. There is no structure. Now we get the structure plus display structure shift, but we don't, and it's also displaced, but there is no fair value formation here. Now once it sweep this high, once it's with the liquidity, once it enter the fair value gap, now we get the real displacement with a flip of the fair value gap, structure shift, and this fair value gap getting tapped. So it's a clean model. You don't need to think twice to enter. It's a clean model. You can execute good lots here. That's it. Have fun. See you in maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. Cool.